Hello, good evening, everyone. Namaskar, dosto. Welcome to Wednesday Live, yet another session with me and some of the guests which I invite on Wednesdays. Wednesday is very special for me because एक तो ये midweek है and midweek always gives you that feeling कि weekend आने वाला है. So it's Monday has that Monday blues and Wednesday has this amazing ability to make you feel good about the week. And the other thing is obviously I get to learn more on Wednesday evenings because I'm been joined by experts who try to add more value to my learning journey. So this time I have again few people whom I believe are amazing in what they're doing in their journey as a trader, as a market participant. So without taking too much time, let's call them over and let's start the interaction with them with respect to trading. How are they doing as a trader right now? And if things are going great, why? If things are doing bad, why? So let's discuss both the aspects of from all these guys. So let me call live right now. Oh, we have Shiva, we have IT Jagan, we have Shorodip. Hello, good evening, everyone.
Hi,
Good
good
evening,
evening.
Vivek.
So let me start straight away in discussing this very important topic right now, which is how is market faring you, considering the Nifty Bank Nifty is pretty much in a range, and a lot of activities happening in few stocks, which I would say not a very desirable activities, but the activity is activity, and sometimes we just have to make money from activities which are not so desirable. So tell me, let's start with Shiva first. Shiva, how's been market treating you for the last say 15 days or so?
Okay, Vivek, in terms of Jan has been the best month actually in the last this financial year. But I never thought February 1st would be the worst one in terms of the start for this particular year. The reason is Jan, we went all through the scalping and everything worked out the way we wanted it. The market was providing multiple opportunities. February 1st, there was a mistake which we did it during the budget day session. Many would have avoided the budget day. But what we did is we went with a bullish tone with the way the markets were, and we went on the bullish tone in the first half. And the surprising thing is, we never
Hello.
noticed on the Adani. We were focusing more on the budget, all the good things which has been coming out. Unfortunately, we were looking at the several gaps which was there in the trade, and we thought the market is again going to be bullish by end of the day. So we had to take a bigger drawdown on that particular day. But the following day, we adjusted and made money, and we were able to recover the drawdown, whatever that we had it on 1st February. But overall, I would say for Jan and Feb has been like really the months wherein if you're in buyer, Jan would have been the best month. If you're in like in a seller, February has been so far good. So you would be able to make a lot of money in the last 1 week or so as a seller. But yes, as you pointed out, if you're playing in a stock specific role, especially like Adani or something, if you'd have bought it at the lows, you would have made 100% of the returns. If you're playing in the option segment, you would have made like 1,000% of the returns. On the swing trading, everything would have been possible. So Jan, yes, was the best month. Feb, so far so good. I think I won't complain much because I was able to recover it. But last 2 days, it has been a seller's day, hoping for a better expiry tomorrow.
Okay, so let me welcome Chetan Bhai and Vishwesh for this session. Thank you guys for joining us. Chetan Bhai is traveling, but he was gracious enough to join wherever he is traveling. Shiva talked about uh, money making in stocks that you would have bought Adani at lower levels, and now you are sitting at 100% profit. And in options, you would have made many more multifold profits. So let me talk to Vishwesh about this. Vishwesh, you deal with stock options. Tell me, stock like Adani, how do we make money using options in Adani?
It was difficult to be very honest. It was a totally, I think, I'll tell you, see, there are something which people say they would have followed, and there are something which you do. In my opinion, once stock moves like this, it's very difficult to ride on to the position. Only people who would have been able to ride on to the position like Adani, people who do trend following in nature. Options, when it becomes double or at the max, triple, you would be out. You would not be holding, right? And liquidity just goes out. So any option trader, he would have been able to ride such kind of position. I am not able to. Even we did not. any position in Adani. I think it in a positive way because whether you are long, whether you are short or not, but you are not long. That is important. So, in my opinion, it was an extremely difficult position unless somebody is doing a future, writing. I think that is something who would be able to write.
Yeah, future could have been extra adventurous, I would say. But yes, there are many people who are on the adventure side of the world also, so they must have made good money. Best of luck to them, good luck to them, and congratulations to them who made good money from Adani. Uh, you're talking about stock options. I remember IT Jagan also. IT Jagan used to trade stock options, but now he has moved away from it and focus only on Bank Nifty. So, Jagan, tell me this transformation from looking at stocks and trying to figure out stock option strategies to now only focus on Bank Nifty. What was the reason?
There are many reasons. Main reason is actually the liquidity. So, say for example, I want to trade for 20 CR. So that is not possible to trade in stock option with the liquidity. So definitely there will be impact cost. Second things, hedging one. So if I sell options in monthly, I can buy in weekly and then do the hedging, which is not possible with the stock option. So that one, and a lot of issues with the stock option. It may go in a founder ban, so you will not be able to square off your positions, and it may go in the money. You have to do the physical securities and a lot of liquidity issue. So it is not good for a big player. So it is good only for a small player. Stock option you can't do the huge strategy and all big strategies, big money and all cannot be done. And so that is the reason. Yes.
So, do you think generating alpha, more alpha, is possible in stock option than in Bank Nifty option, or vice versa?
100% more alpha is possible with the stocks because stocks is more volatile than index. That is true, but capturing it is very difficult because you can't do the huge volume with the stock option. The problem is the liquidity and operational issues.
Okay, yeah, fair point. So basically, someone with a low to moderate capital can look at stock option, but someone with a
Right.
high capital in excess of say 10 crore plus, obviously that much liquidity is not available in large most of the stock option. Maybe top 10 has liquidity, but beyond that, I think there is a challenge of liquidity.
But there is
Fair
one
enough.
more option if you, yeah. If there is one more option if you want to trade in stock options, what you can do, you can sell options in banking stocks and you can buy the hedges in Bank Nifty. That way actually you can mitigate the risk. If you are doing it in Adani, that cannot be done.
Yeah, yeah. In Adani, I think you can sell and you can just buy more Hanuman Chalisa books. That's the only thing
Right,
you can do as a hedge.
right.
Talking about Hanuman Chalisa, let's talk to Chetan Bhai, the Hanuman of market. Chetan Bhai, how has been your market journey for last 15 days? Tough or okay?
So I'll explain to you, Vivek Bhai, where the challenge lies. Okay. So Vivek Bhai, if you see, let's take an example of a bank nifty. Okay. So the daily range average would be about 400 to around 450 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fairly decent range. There's no complaints about that. But now if I take a
Hmm.
weekly range, Vivek Bhai, it's about 600 points.
Oh,
That's where the mismatch has come. So what's really happening is probably on a daily basis you are hitting the lower end and the upper end of the weekly high lows, and
hmm.
so this is a classical range. So please understand, if you're a positional option seller, so you probably the picture is not clear. If you're a positional option seller, probably you're making money and very decent money. What Shiva Bhai is
Hmm.
saying, I fully go with him. But if you're an intraday option trader, probably you're losing money.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this last 15 days, we probably seen huge swings on an intraday basis. But if you're a positional option player where you've taken 1,000 points or a 700, 800 point short strangle or a iron condor, probably you made money. And
Okay.
this challenge,
Okay.
Vivek Bhai, is not since the last 2 weeks. It's been going on probably since about the last 6 weeks. And
Oh,
that's where the challenge is. The markets are not trending, and they are in a very consolidative range with huge volatility on intraday swings. So the volatility is just not one or two swings, they are massive swings and three to four swings of very decent pricing. So this will remain a challenge. For an intraday trader, probably the best thing is reduce your exposure to intraday trading and probably try to do some positional size with a defined stop loss along with defined management parameters.
Okay.
So that's what I
So,
have done.
या मुझे ना वो हर्षद मेहता की सीरीज याद आती है ये सब मार्केट सिचुएशन में, जहाँ पर एक डायलॉग था ना उनका, कि इसके पहले कभी लॉस नहीं देखा क्या, यू नो, रिमेंबर दैट डायलॉग, कि इसके पहले कभी लॉस नहीं देखा. तो बेसिकली समवन हु हैज सीन दीस काइंड ऑफ मार्केट सिनेरियोज एंड इट हैज
Hmm.
कम नाउ एंड देन अगेन एंड अगेन. 2008 का
Hmm.
फॉल के बाद में मार्केट रिकवर किया. 2009-10, 2011 में बत्ती नहीं जलती थी, हम लोग देखते थे अरे लाइट तो जल जाओ, कुछ तो हो जाओ. You know, there are phases of market when you see these kind of market which doesn't want to move at all, and most of the time people lose money by
Correct.
doing lot many things during this market.
तो विवेक भाई
And
इसमें कहाँ पे चैलेंज है यहाँ पे आपको बता दूं. You've also seen 2002, you've also seen those, very narrow ranges.
yeah.
So whenever there was a range bound markets, in all time frames we could notice that range. I remember, a one day in a 1,000 point Nifty, there was a 8 point movement in that whole day in
Yeah.
2022, and that day a lot of brokers pulled up their hats and they said, "Bhai, we cannot survive in this market." So the range was shrinking, but in 2020, 2002, there was an 8 point range in a 1,000 points Nifty, and from there, but probably why this is becoming difficult is the intraday range is very much there on the higher side, but the positionals, the weeklies, and if you see the other ranges, they are shrinking.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
So that's where the challenge is, and this is going to remain as a challenge, Vivek भाई, जब तक हम लोग range नहीं तोड़ रहे.
So
And that
range मतलब विश्वेश, range मतलब before you say anything, let me just answer this question कि range किधर टूटने का ज्यादा चांस है, ऊपर के नीचे?
So I'll tell you, I think I'm extending to what Chetan was saying. First of all, we were trading live on the budget day. The first half was so beautiful. You were expecting a market to go up, it went. And in second half, when everybody expected a market to, broke out and finally all the business channels started flashing the buy, it turned from them. And we captured the put side also. Now I'll tell you what Chetan Bhai is saying is why so relevant and why partially I would, like to pitch in that it was not the case. So market is offering you those points where you have to take a position. So for an example, on a budget day, if you would be thinking of going long, it was not going to work throughout the day, but it worked in the first half, right? So if you
Yep.
were thinking again to buy the pullback, it would have not worked. But at the same time, you reverse your position by some way, which we're gonna teach at the face-to-face Goa, you would have been probably able to make money. Now, the problem, in my opinion, is not that. Problem is that right now, when you're talking about a market, the broad movements are coming overnight because there was a news flow, and I have done a very in-depth study in understanding, and I'll quote the conclusion that if there has been a huge movement accompanied with the news flow, subsequent weeks are gonna be range bound. So
अच्छा.
my this week a YouTube video and we do live trading every day. I have categorically said भाई ये range bound market है कुछ नहीं होने वाला है आपको contrarian सोचना है full stop. Okay, you take 10 stocks, DHFL, Yes Bank, you take JP Associate, and you take any सारे 10 स्टॉक का एक ही कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स है गिरा 80%, उसके बाद उठ जाएगा बॉस मैं तो शिवाजी हूँ इट विल कम अप डबल हो जाएगा सबको लेके अब लाइफ की प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व और उसके बाद 3 साल तक वो स्टॉक ऐसे 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 होता रहेगा. So still you have that hangover of the good stock in the hindsight. बट मुझे नहीं लगता है कि आज आप देखो खाली एक ही स्टॉक बैंक निफ्टी को मैनेज करता है वो क्या है एचडीएफसी बैंक. एचडीएफसी बैंक 10 रुपया खींचा बैंक निफ्टी 100-150 पॉइंट बैंक एचडीएफसी बैंक 10 रुपया मारा हो गया. और ये क्यों चेंज होगा आपकी ऐप पे. टुडे आई वाज चेकिंग एंड इट वाज वेरी ब्यूटीफुल डेटा 2019 से अब तक विवेक जी एफआईआई हैज नेट सोल्ड 50,000 करोड़ alone 2000 अभी तक 2023 their data is 34,000 crore net short और DI का कितना बाय सेम 3.5 लाख करोड़ ऑफ DI बाय. तो स्ट्रक्चरल वी हैव गॉट अ मनी शिफ्ट. अगर आप पीटर लिंच पढ़ोगे बीटिंग द स्ट्रीट यू विल अंडरस्टैंड स्ट्रक्चरल मनी शिफ्ट है. रिटेल जो 2,000 रुपए का एसआईपी कर रहा है वो आप आ रहा है मार्केट में, और जो एफआई बड़ा बेट करता था वो जा रहा है मार्केट में। लकीली वी आर नॉट हैविंग एन इम्पैक्ट, तो इसी के मूवमेंट ही नहीं आएगा। मुझे तो लगता है आने वाले 6 महीने भी हम ब्रॉड रेंज में ही रहेंगे। क्यों? जो डोमिनेंट फोर्स था, जो हम अपन बाजार के लेने में जो ऊपर करके लेता था, ही इज नॉट बाइंग, ही इज नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन, मैं ऊपर आया तो मैं देखे जाऊंगा। एंड एट द सेम टाइम डीआई जो ले रहा है वो हम जैसे रिटेल लोग हैं, वो कब तक ले रहा है? क्योंकि 2021-20 में जब कुछ नहीं चला था तो मार्केट चला था, तो जैसे ही मार्केट अंडर परफॉर्म करेगा वैसे डीआई का थोड़ा सा प्रेशर आएगा। मुझे लगता है आई थिंक वी आर लुकिंग फॉर अ वेरी वेरी रेंज बाउंड मूवमेंट for another 6 to 8 months, and we should embrace those. So people who are gonna make money are the writers, people who are doing a positional strategies, and intraday is gonna be, इसके बीच में 2-3 दिन आते रहेंगे। तो मुझे पर्सनली ऐसा लगता है बहुत सारे न्यूज फ्लो के वीक के बाद जब आप मार्केट जाते हो, मार्केट ऐसा ही बिहेव करता है, ये गिवन है। आप लास्ट 20 साल की हिस्ट्री देख लो।
सही है, सही है. Vijay has joined us, so I'll take Vijay online in just few months.
Yes, sir.
But let me go to Jagan once again. और मैं थोड़ा रिस्क मैनेजमेंट को लेके बात करना चाहता हूँ, because I think this is the time of the market where people will go overboard and they will lose money. Whatever money they have made, they will experiment a lot. इधर उधर हाथ पांव मारेंगे, जैसे वो पानी से मछली निकलती है ना, फटफटाती है. तो मार्केट वॉलेटाइल नहीं होता है ना, तो सब फटफटाने लगते हैं. ब्रोकर भी फटफटाता है, क्लाइंट भी फटफटाता है, सबको सडनली लगता है कि अरे क्या हो रहा है, पूरा दिन है, इसको यूज कैसे करेंगे हम लोग. जगन, टेल मी, व्हाट इज द बेस्ट रिस्क मैनेजमेंट प्रिंसिपल राइट नाउ इफ आई एम ट्रेडिंग एवरी डे?
So I would say that actually it depends on whether you are trading for options or futures. So if you are trading for options, your risk management should be different for each day, because each day is not same day with options. Okay, it is different. But when you trade with the futures, the risk is going to be same for each day. Okay, so thus, and your risk management should be based on the day, as I said. So say for example, the edge is more, so you can keep little bit higher risk. Say for example, expiry I keep 3% just because the edge is more and the chance of getting profit is more, so it is viable to have a more cushion. Okay, but in case of Wednesday or Tuesday, the risk is very very high, so you can say 2%. And Monday is also, the risk is very high, because Monday most of the time the market is supposed to trend. In such a cases, you can keep your risk 1% or 0.5% or 0.6%. And overall, you can keep for month, actually you can keep 6% or 7% is the risk management you can have. So like that you can have for overall your system. For 3 months, actually you can keep a drawdown of 15% with respect to option selling, I'm saying. But the chart is completely different for futures players, is completely different for cash players, completely different for option buyer. So I would say that actually the risk management should be different based on the edge, because the edge is different for each day.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Shiva, I remember, when I attended your session in face to face. I think I attended. I mean, you have been part of face to face offline events, every face to face, but I don't remember which, whether it was Goa or Bangkok. We discussed that, and I heard you. You talked about a fantastic risk management principle that you cannot lose what you have earned yesterday. So typically,
That's
your
right.
stop loss should be your earning which you made yesterday. Elaborate that more, because I think that's the best risk management anyone can deploy, especially the one with a lower capital base.
Vivek, I think this is a one particular stop loss strategy which I developed myself when I started finding ways to make money in option buying. Many people said option buying is a tough way to make money. If you wanted to make money, you psychologically you needed to be strong. How you can make that strong? Say for example, if I make some money today, imagine I make 10K today. I use that 10K for my stop loss in the following day. When I take a trade the following day, I use this 10K because my thinking will be yesterday I made 10K. I will use that money as a stop loss for my opening trade. Imagine I make like an 2000 or 3000 in the morning. Then what I do is I protect my previous day profit, which I made so that the previous day profit is protected. Then you can use the morning profit, whatever that you made, as a stop loss for the day. In case many people will be asking, Shiva, what if your previous day is a loss? Then what normally I do is 10% of the deployed capital as my stop loss and then take a risk. As an option buyer,
Oh,
you will have a risk. So if your previous day is a loss, take 10% as an stop loss and then close your system. Consider that it is not your day. Come back again on another day.
Awesome. Yeah. Every day is a new day, and it should be approached as a new, fresh day. Vijay, you have been,
yes, sir.
kind of revelation अ, आप बहुत प्यारे आप
Thank you,
आपका
sir.
ग्रोथ मैंने देखा है, एज अ स्टूडेंट, फ्रॉम देन बिकमिंग अ वेरी एक्टिव कंसिस्टेंट ट्रेडर इन द मार्केट, और ऑप्शन स्कैल्पिंग करके, और आप अभी तो आप बहुत कुछ कर रहे हैं। तो क्या लगता है कि आपका रिस्क मैनेजमेंट प्रिंसिपल एक ऐसा है जो कि एक हम लोग आम आदमी अडॉप्ट कर सकता है, एंड वी कैन टीच देम आल्सो कि
Def-
भैया ऐसे यूज करो? बताइए थोड़ा उसके बारे में।
Definitely, sir. Sir, so I only do option buying, and I just started a little bit of option selling. So one most important principle that I follow is कि for option buying, it's important not to lose money, then to gain first, because in option buying, when we get an opportunity, it can give us multiple returns. So what I do is, this is the risk management that I follow. So let's say, for example, I have a total capital of 1 crore. Okay, out of that, in my trading account, I'm just going to have 10 lakh rupees. That is 10%
Okay.
of my entire capital in my trading account, sir. This is a very important point for a retailer, because as retail, what we do is, if we have, let's say, 2 3 lakh capital or 5 lakh capital, we will keep all of that in the same account. And one fine day, when market is sideways like today, we end up trading more, and we end up losing the entire capital. We don't have control over that. So here,
Yeah.
what I'm trying to do is, by just having 10% of my entire capital, I am first of all protecting 90% of my capital. सो व्हाट आई एम डिसाइडिंग इन माय माइंड इज, मैक्सिमम अगर कुछ भी हो जाए दुनिया में, भूचाल भी आ जाए, तो मुझे सेव करना है तो 90% पहले सेव करना है, उसके बाद फिर जो 10% बचा है, सो फ्रॉम दिस 10%, द नेक्स्ट 10% इज माय स्टॉप लॉस. So for my entire capital, I'm just losing 1% a day. The max I'm want to lose is 1% that day. So this is how I want to follow risk management, and I have been following this for past 2.5 3 years, sir. The day we think about it consistently, it gives us very very good returns.
सही है। अ, अभी आजकल एआई, मशीन लर्निंग और ये सब बहुत बातचीत हम लोग करते हैं, बट एक ट्रेडर के लिए एआई मशीन लर्निंग कोई नई बात नहीं है। खाली आप एक ट्रेडर अपने इस मशीन को लर्न करा के रखता है कि ये हो जाएगा तो चुपचाप इसको कर लेना, ज़्यादा दिमाग मत लगाना। So
Yeah.
that's the difference between those 1% club and 99% club, right? बोलना बहुत
True.
आसान है कि 1% ही लोग एफडी को बीट करते हैं। अरे 1% लोग, ह्यूमंस आर सक्सेसफुल सो फार। इतने लोग दुनिया में आए थे, उसमें से 1% लोग सक्सेसफुल हुए हैं, क्योंकि वो
It is for
1%
every
लोग,
business. हर
इट इज
business में
फॉर
वही होता है.
एवरीथिंग।
Every
हाँ,
business,
लेकिन ये बोलना
everything.
मुझे somehow लगता है कि ट्रेडिंग को इस तरह से कभी नहीं प्रोजेक्ट किया जाता है कि लोग कर सकते हैं। इस तरह से प्रोजेक्ट किया जाता है कि
नहीं हो
तुमसे
सकता.
ना होएगा, विच इज सो बैड।
हाँ.
बिकॉज आप क्यों नहीं मोटिवेट करते लोगों को कि वो 1% का पार्ट बन सकते हैं? आप क्यों लोगों को बोल रहे हैं कि तुम 99% का पार्ट बनेगा, प्रोबेबिलिटी बहुत लो है तो तुम ट्रेडर मत बनो?
Vivek, though it is a 1%, but if you look at the overall number of people between 2019 to 22, the number of people who are able to consistently make money has improved. I believe, like a lot of training, lot of YouTube and the knowledge which has been shared across the media and other things, definitely it has been helping them. And one thing which is lacking is the experience. More these guys being in the market, I'm pretty sure, and almost like in the 1% will definitely move towards 3 or 5 or 10 in the coming years, provided they are able to survive those initial few years actually.
Exactly, and these are the days when we need to survive. These are the weeks we need to survive. I want to go to Shoradeep because I know Shoradeep for some time now, or क्योंकि he's sitting right beside me, so I have the liberty to ask him the last. So Shoradeep started his career as a crude oil trader with Future First, which is one of the largest global trading desk in India. And I've not seen anyone so confident about crude oil in my life. And I also started my career in crude oil trading, so that's how we gel quite well. Shuradi, risk management in commodities and risk management in equity, especially from an intraday perspective. Tell me the difference.
Sir, equities, the problem with the equities is that there is so many hedging option when you think about. So what retail people do is that they don't like to book losses. The liquidity of the options in the commodity is not so much. So what happens is that when people book losses, they book losses. When they have good gains, they gain. And commodities movements are generally very fast. Very rarely you will have in especially crude natural gas, apart from gold, even silver also will have very sharp movements. So the good thing is that people will book losses and people will book gain. So they will have clarity of mind कितना price हुआ तो लेकिन what happens with people, and this is actually, this should be the helpful thing that we have options, liquid options in index and stocks. But what happens, people use it in wrong way. A position goes against them, they try to adjust it, and uska adjustment ka bhi adjust karenge. So they will have adjustment over the adjustment, and that actually is a vicious cycle. Because if you have a bad trade, if you are out of it, your mind is working afresh in the market that whatever opportunity you get into. But if you are keep on busy, you are busy in actually managing your old mistakes, then it becomes a bigger mistake over the period of time.
See, that's a Shoradev, it's a point of view. I mean, इसको इस तरह से लेते हैं कि मैं कोई जंगल में हूँ और गूगल मैप काम कर रहा था, तो आई नो द क्लैरिटी ऑफ रोड वेयर आई नीड टू गो. बट
Right.
सडनली गूगल मैप काम करना बंद कर दिया. नाउ यू आर ऑन टू योरसेल्फ. That doesn't mean that you'll start getting nervous कि मैं क्या करूँ, कैसे करूँ. You will still be able to find a path. ऑप्शंस में आई थिंक वो कैपेबिलिटी है कि जो अपना माइंड को कूल एंड काम रख सकता है, वो
Right.
वर्स से वर्स सिनेरियो में भी निकल सकता है. आई एम नॉट सेइंग प्रॉफिट बना के निकलेगा, बिकॉज दैट इज लाइक आई एम सेलिंग ड्रीम्स टू पीपल. बट आई एम सेइंग whatever the loss the person has made, there is a chance that the person can minimize the loss if the adjustment
Right.
is done properly. Problem is
Right.
कि they make it a वो एक spider का web बना देते हैं, which becomes so complicated. But if you look at the spider, he is making the web. Spider is making the web very methodologically. But when a insect is getting stuck, it becomes very complicated. तो वो options एक spider web की तरह है. अगर आप उसको properly design करोगे, it will work
Right.
fantastically. And I think the core philosophy of trading psychology, finally everything boils down there. And I have seen you guys trading live in, almost all of you. This time we'll have Vishwesh Bhai, he'll be trading live in Goa. But I have seen all of you live trading in market. And I also wanted to ask this thing that when you are trading in your room like this, without other people looking at you, it's a different mindset, right? But when you'll have 250, 300 people live sitting and you are trading, what goes on in your mind when you are trading? Is it a different mind, or it doesn't matter? You are only yourself and you don't care whether people are sitting in the front or sitting somewhere else. So let me just go one by one. So Shiva, I want you to answer this question. How different it is when you are trading in front of 250, 300 people?
Honestly, Vivek, I feel enjoyed. The reason is I will be able to commentate. The commentate, like in commentary which I provide, I normally enjoy it. So when I look at the market, I share whatever that I see it. More than taking the trades, when I see whatever that has been seen on the screen, I'm just like I'm talking to myself. Rather than talking to myself, I'm just talking on the mic or to someone who's there in the crowd. So
Yeah.
you would have seen me like in at least two, three times by this time. I've been part of all the events. That is something which is going to be an enjoyable one. The reason is usually trading is a lonely game. This is the only events or occasion wherein you get to see these traders alive, and then you get to interact, you get to share knowledge, and you get to learn a lot of things from these guys. So when you see certain things and when you share it, I think I'm going to be trading with Vishwesh after 2 years. I think it has been some time since we shared the stage. But last time when we were sharing the stage, he was doing the selling, I was doing the buying, and in fact we had difference of opinion. But both of them have played well. He made money in the morning, I played money in the afternoon. But our strategies and everything worked on that particular day. But it was a good opportunity for me to know how things work play out. Imagine Chetan Bhai, he will be taking a calm and cool approach, whereas me and Vijay will be doing a totally a different ball game. The same goes with Jagan actually. Jagan has a different approach altogether. A guy who is managing 20, 25 CR, he will say, Shiva, now I will go and take a break and then come back. And I will have a lunch and come back. Imagine a person like me who is sitting in, who wanted to just get in and get out. I don't like to leave my positions open and then go take a walk and come back. So each and every one of us have our own unique way. But what gives me the confidence is when I know that this is what the market is, Whether the trade goes in the right or in the wrong, I don't care about the people who are sitting in front of me. But for me, the trade is going to be important. I needed to know how the market is treating me for the data which I read and how I present it. And if it is going to be helping them, and definitely I needed to add more value to that. That's what I do.
Yes, I'm always looking forward to your live session. So, Goa is again reserved, and I want very excited to be with you and see how you are trading live. Jagan,
Thanks, Vivek.
you are a very cool and calm person. I mean, I've not seen you very aggressively trading throughout the day. In fact, we recorded face to face. That day was a weekend, so I didn't get opportunity to see you live, active there. What can we expect from you in Goa? What kind of trading you will do there?
Okay, so psychology wise, actually, from the day one, I did not have any psychological problem in the trading. I don't know, it may be God blessing. And I had done it this live trading many times, even at my office and mega event also I have done it. So crores and crores of money I have done it. And a good thing for the retail is actually I'm going to show them how we can trade for 15 years. The same thing how it can be replicated for multiple baskets. So big boy will always talk in a basket. So I'm trading for 20 CR for my account, only for my own account. Okay. So
Okay.
but the reference account is only 15 L. So with the 15 L, how I am going to do the copycat to the multiple accounts, and I track the profit and loss for 15 L. This I started with the 5 L, then 7.5 L, then 10 L, then right now 15 L. From coming April, it is going to be 25 L. So everything is in a basket. So I never know actually how much capital I'm trading. So that is a beauty. So every day I don't know. I wanted to know the profit and loss of one basket. That is it. That's it. I designed my strategies only for one basket. So that way, actually, we are clear. And then that is the reason why you were asking, right? So why don't you do the stock option? Because I want to do the 15L. I want to do 100 basket. So 100 lots. That is not possible with the stock option. That is the reason why I shifted to Bank Nifty. And Bank Nifty will have a highest volatility, so highest profit and highest loss as well. So in live market, everything is predefined. Rules are predefined. I don't touch my laptop most of the time. I don't place any order, F1, F2, nothing. No basket order. Everything will be placed through Python from my laptop. Everything will be placed so that people will get a confidence. So people will say that system trading is possible, algo trading is possible. Maybe they are trying with 1 lakh or 2 lakhs, and crores of money can be made and can be traded through the algo trading through systematic. So that is what I'm going to show them, and it can be replicated for small capital. It can be replicated for bigger capital. It doesn't matter. So that is the
Awesome.
beauty of it.
Awesome. Again, another session looking forward to. And next time, when you talk about trading psychology, why you have been blessed with that, along with God, please thank your wife as well next time. Don't just thank God. Trading psychology
Yeah.
will always be better if your wife is comfortable. Okay, Chetan Bhai, talking about wife. Chetan Bhai,
So
has
there
the
are two
most
things.
amazing wife.
There are
He's a
two
very
things
good
who
person.
are
Huh?
seemingly perfect. One is
Yeah.
the market, and the other one is the wife.
Yes,
So if
absolutely.
in order to be happy, you got to make both of them perfect. And whether you believe they are imperfect or perfect doesn't matter. You have to make them perfect.
Yeah.
So both the
Chetan Bhai is my
markets
guru.
and your wife, they are perfect. So,
Yeah.
so for me, I've traded both the times in Goa as well, Bangkok with Vijay Bhai and Shiva Bhai. So my take home as an option seller is seeing Shiva Bhai's excitement.
Yeah.
So if his excitement petters out in 2 minutes, I know as a seller I have a chance. But if his excitement is continuing for 5, 6 minutes, I know probably as a seller, my next few minutes are going to be very tough.
Sentiment indicator, huh?
So I see his excitement and I see it picking out. And when it ebbs down, I know as a seller, I'm coming back to safety. So this is what psychologically what our viewers are going to learn in Goa. Not only about strategy, it's all about psychology of the fight between the buyer and the seller.
Yeah.
And the understanding where probably the buyer might better out and the seller might win the game, at least for that next 30, 40 minutes. And what's very important is selling a position is the most easiest part, विवेक भाई. लेकिन जब वो ट्रेड आपके अगेंस्ट जा रहा हो, तब आपका माइंडसेट में आप कितने रेडी हो to cut your losses, or if you're doing adjustments, or if you're coming back again, what is your trading plan? How quick you are in implementing that, especially on a monthly expiry,
Yeah.
which is supposed to be the most volatile day in that total expiry. So if you go down
Yeah.
the history books, out of those 12 monthly expiries, 4 or 5, Bank Nifty has a movement of 800 to 1000 points. So that day, I think so, probably that's what the user or the viewer would want to know, that how does the seller manage, and when does, and how does the buyer manage. And I think so, both these guys are champion traders in buying. And so I've learned quite a bit of them. So from a strategy systematic seller, now learned quite a bit of directional selling from both of them. So probably I'll put that across in Goa this time. And probably my take home is every trader has his mojo. And I'm not saying you got to copy that. What I'm saying is, when you take home his mojo and try to mold that into yours,
True.
that is where you become the better version and the better trader. And I have done that in both that journeys, and probably just would want to share that there in Goa.
सही है, सही है. Looking forward, Chetan bhai, as always. Vishwesh bhai,
Vivek,
what's in
I'll
store
take
for us?
leave from you.
Yes, Chetan bhai, please. You are traveling, I understand. Thank you for your time.
Thank you,
Vishwesh
sir.
bhai, what's in store for us that day? Live trading.
See, Vivek, I think few things I do in my professional capacity, few things I do in my individual capacity. So I'm neither buyer nor a seller. I'm an opportunist. So
Opportunist. I remember
yeah,
your face to face.
yeah. So I do both, buying also, selling also. A lot of the people know me as a great option buyer, but I manage large money for my clients, which I never disclose anywhere. There, I do
Hmm.
a lot of strategies because I think it varies from a client to client, right? Somebody is interested in making only 2 to 3%. Somebody wants to make a higher return. Somebody just
Yeah.
want to make a 18% CAGR overall. How can you have a one strategy fit for the all? And we have algos, we do iron condors to butterflies, to you name the complex stuff, to a very simple option buying. So what I realize is that when you attend such kind of workshops and events, you should take away something, right? Because you want to implement a very next day and वो फीस वसूल करना है. So अपना है ना वो शाहरुख खान के पठान वाला सीन है, किसी को पसंद आया नहीं है, शो हाउसफुल जाना चाहिए. So what what we do is we will do option buying, Shiva and me, and my option buying is very very aggressive, and I call it one shot one kill. I do only two trades. Actually, our at tech firm, we do a lot of this live market session almost, every alternate day we have. We do option buying and we teach how to do option buying. And the kind of option buying we do, we mostly try to take only two trades, one in morning and one in afternoon. आपको वो एक पॉइंट चाहिए जब वो स्विंग आता है, एंड तब आपको पता होना चाहिए अब पोजीशन कैसे लेनी है, कहाँ लेनी है, क्या डेटा देखना है, लाइव वो करेंगे. एंड टू ईच हिज ओन, शायद पता चले कि अभी जैसे कि बजट वाले दिन पे दो ऑप्शन हमने लिया था, वो ट्रिपल हो गया, 300 वाला ऑप्शन 900 हो गया था, एंड वी ऑल वो होल्डिंग दैट पोजीशन लाइव. ठीक है. अब क्या होता है अगर मार्केट बहुत वॉलेटाइल है, ऑप्शंस बहुत एक्सपेंसिव है, क्योंकि आई हैव अ वेरी गुड अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ ऑप्शन, तो मुझे पता है कि आज पोजीशन कम करनी है बिकॉज आई भी हर्ट करेगी आपको. अब आपको पता है कि आज ऑप्शन सस्ते हैं तो आप एग्रेसिव हो. अब आपको पता है अगर आज एक्सपायरी है तो आज का नहीं नेक्स्ट वीक का ऑप्शन करोगे. सो ऑप्शंस अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑन टॉप ऑफ अ स्ट्रॉन्ग डायरेक्शन, दैट्स व्हाट द वन शॉट वन किल इज. We'll try to explore that.
Amazing यार. And Vijay, क्या नया?
यस सर. सर नया अभी इंटरेस्टिंग ऐसा है कि ऑन दैट डे उसके पहले दिन देयर इज गोइंग टू बी यूएस फेड इंटरेस्ट रेट डिसीजन. सो
Yeah.
आई थिंक 22 मार्च है एंड 23rd इज द एक्सपायरी. And
Yeah.
mostly what we have seen is March monthly expiries around that. Those are the most volatile and those are the most most happening, or like that. So expiry, so we have already done 2 to 3 expiries, sir. Already we did it in Goa. So again the same thing is where as an option buyer, where you have to pause or where you have to wait for the trade and where you have to go aggressive. कभी 6 मारना है और कभी 1 सिंगल राहुल द्रविड़ बनना है. बस यही हमको सीखना है वो दिनों में
सही
सर।
है। दोस्तों ये तो बहुत अच्छा होने वाला है कि लाइव ट्रेडिंग जब ये लोग करेंगे तब हमारे अंदर में हर तरह के एनिमल्स आएंगे, बटरफ्लाई आएगा, लिजर्ड आएगा, तो उन सबको शांत करने का जो एक ऑब्जेक्टिव रहेगा। और ऑब्वियसली व्हेन दे आर डूइंग लाइव ट्रेडिंग यू गेट अ डिफरेंट एक्सपीरियंस। इस बार हमने क्या किया, फेस टू फेस गोवा, बाय द वे हम फेस टू फेस साल में 2 बार ही करते हैं ऑफलाइन इवेंट, एक इंडिया में करते एक बाहर करते। बाहर लास्ट टाइम किया था बैंकॉक में, और फिर गोवा में किया था उसके पहले, अभी गोवा कर रहे, नेक्स्ट टाइम कहीं बाहर ही करने वाले। बहुत ज़्यादा इवेंट नहीं करते, कम करते हैं, क्योंकि ये एक नेटवर्क होने का एक अच्छा हमने एक प्लेटफॉर्म बना रखा है जहाँ तकरीबन 250 से 300 लोग आते हैं। तो इस बार हमने क्या किया, लर्न, अर्न एंड नेटवर्क। तो लर्निंग के लिए भी एक अलग पूल ऑफ एक्सपर्ट्स है, एक दो इनमें से भी है जो पढ़ाएंगे भी। और अर्न हो गया, जो लाइव ट्रेडिंग करके आपको अर्न करना सिखाएंगे, करके दिखाएंगे, होपफुली अपने लर्न अर्न कर पाएंगे सब कोई। और मोटामोटी मैंने देखा है जो ट्रेड करते हैं उनके पैसे तो रिकवर हो जाते हैं आराम से। और जो नेटवर्क है उसमें तकरीबन 15 से 16 लोग ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं, जो फेस टू फेस के एक्सपर्ट्स है, जो आएंगे और सिर्फ नेटवर्क करेंगे आपके साथ में, आपसे बात करेंगे, ऑफलाइन बैठेंगे आपके साथ में, और आपके कोई भी तकलीफ हो मार्केट रिलेटेड उन सब को आपको एड्रेस करेंगे। तो मुझे लगता है ये एक यूनिक इवेंट हमने डिजाइन किया है। मेरा इंटेंशन हमेशा रहता है कि जो यूएस में जिस तरह के इवेंट्स होते हैं वैसा इवेंट्स इंडिया में करो, ताकि यूएस में इतने नाम आते हैं ट्रेडर्स के, इंडिया में तो बहुत कम लोग के नाम आते हैं। तो इंडिया से 100 ट्रेडर बने ग्लोबल लेवल पे जो अपना नाम करे। तो उसी क्वेस्ट में मैं लगा हुआ हूँ, फेस टू फेस का वो पर्पस भी है। तो आई होप टू सी यू गाइस इन गोवा इन द मंथ ऑफ मार्च। इस बार शुरुद्दीन भी लाइव ट्रेडिंग करने वाले हैं, इन्होंने कुछ स्ट्रैटेजी बनाई है जिसपे वो ट्रेड कर रहे हैं, और अच्छा स्ट्रैटेजी है, प्रॉफिटेबल स्ट्रैटेजी है, डिस्क्लोज अभी नहीं करेंगे, वो गोवा में ही आपको सिखाएंगे और लाइव ट्रेडिंग करके दिखाएंगे, एंड होपफुली यू विल बी एबल टू अडॉप्ट दैट स्ट्रैटेजी एज वेल। तो दोस्तों अगर आपको पार्ट बनना है फेस टू फेस गोवा का, तो लेट मी जस्ट क्विकली शेयर विथ यू द स्क्रीन। और इस स्क्रीन के अंदर में आपको और इंफॉर्मेशन मिल जाएगी। This is for people who are interested in knowing more about this event. So yeah, so इसका नाम है elanmarkets.com/goa। तो ये एक इवेंट है, हमने इस इवेंट को प्लान किया है 21 से 24 मार्च के बीच में। सॉरी, मेरा आई थिंक कुछ और आ रहा है ना, या आई थिंक मेरा यूट्यूब का पैनल आ रहा है, जस्ट अ मिनट। या सो दिस इज elanmarkets.com/goa। 21 से 24 मार्च को हमने इसको प्लान किया है। और जैसा कि मैंने कहा, लर्न, अर्न एंड वर्क, दिस इज गोइंग टू बी वन ऑफ द बेस्ट ट्रेडिंग कार्निवल or conclave or whatever you want to call it in Goa, and you're going to have so much learning, and you're going to make so many friends out there who will help you in your journey to become a successful trader. तो ज्वाइन कीजिए, आपको अच्छा लगेगा, and obviously I'll be there, so we'll be able to share lot of things. टिपिकली हम लोग रात को 3-3, 4-4 बजे तक गप करते हैं, बात करते हैं, उसका एक अपना जर्नी है, उसका एक अपना मजा है। आई होप यू रियलाइज the importance of being part of a good network. So thank you guys for attending this or helping me conduct this session. It's always pleasure to interact with you guys. Grow karte rahiye, and hopefully we'll keep on adding value to each other and our journey in this empowering retail investor. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Bye, Vivek. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. वेल दोस्तों, ये था आज का सेशन। वेल देखिए, ऐसा होता है कि कई बार हमको कॉन्सेप्ट्स की क्लैरिटी तब मिलती है जब हम एक चीज़ों को बार बार रिपीट करते हैं। एंड ट्रेडिंग एक ऐसा ऑक्यूपेशन है जो परसीव्ड है कि इट्स अ वेरी टफ ऑक्यूपेशन। मैं डिनाई नहीं करूंगा, इट इज़ टफ। जब कोई डॉक्टर बनता है तो टफ है, कोई लॉयर बनता है तो सक्सेसफुल होने के लिए टफ है, कोई चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट होता है सक्सेसफुल होने टफ है, कोई एमबीए है, एवरीथिंग इज टफ इन दिस वर्ल्ड। ओके, नथिंग इज ईजी। कोई भी आपको प्लेटर पे कुछ नहीं देने वाला है कि ये ले ले, ये स्ट्रैटेजी पे काम कर ले, तेरे पैसे बन जाएंगे और तेरा करियर बन जाएगा। इट डजंट वर्क दैट वे। सो as a professional, someone who wants to build an occupation for himself or herself, You need to network with right people. You need to attend right learning programs. You need to be constantly there as part of the learning journey. तो ये जो इवेंट्स होते हैं, इस तरह के ऑफलाइन इवेंट्स है या ऑनलाइन लर्निंग होते हैं, इनका बहुत बड़ा रिलेवेंस है. We cannot refute the relevance of these, because I personally attended so many. I keep on attending these programs because ये जो programs हम attend करते हैं, तो हम अपने आप को evaluate कर पाते हैं कि यार हम तो अभी कुछ भी नहीं है, हमको तो बहुत कुछ करना है मार्केट के अंदर में. So the more you are exposed to people who are really doing it exactly the way this should be done, the better you become as a professional. So think about it. Goa is a great place. I think March end में ज़्यादा pressure भी नहीं होता है. So if you can join us in this journey of learning for 3 to 4 days, I'll be very very delighted. So looking forward to a lot of you becoming part of this amazing journey. Bye bye. Take care. See you soon.